you for the update. Bringing us up to date on, of course, all the crisis in Downing Street. We'll have more news on that as the hour moves on. Let's move to our next story today, as the 1975 bands have said they've cancelled shows in Taiwan and Indonesia following Malaysia banning it from performing there after its frontman was seen kissing a male bandmate on stage and criticised the country's anti-LGBT plus laws. To discuss this further, let's bring in Sean, Secretary General at Taiwan LGBTQ plus Hotline Association. Thank you so much for joining me here on the programme. So can you provide sort of some context about the events leading up to the 1975 cancellation in Taiwan and Indonesia? What happened?
Yeah, actually, it's happened because the singer of the 1975, they kissed in a concert in Malaysia. And it was banned by the Malaysian government. And later, the band just announced that they also canceled the Taiwan and Indonesian concert.
What were some of the specific actions taken by Matt during the Good Vibes Festival in Kuala Lumpur that caused the gig to be cut short and, of course, the band to be banned from performing in Malaysia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, sorry, can you actually...
Sorry, no worries. So just tell me, what were some of the actions taken by him during the festival that caused it to be cut short? Yeah, I mean, you did mention it there, but just explain it overall, really. What happened?
Yeah, just Matty, he just kissed with another member of the band, and just to protest against the regulations in Malaysia, which is criminalized same-sex relationship. So they kissed just in the concert, in the music festival, but just very soon that they are being banned by the Malaysian government, so they cannot perform anymore in Malaysia. And also the music festival are also being canceled. Yeah. And yeah, so it's really pity. And later they also canceled the Taiwanese and Indonesian concerts, which I think it's such a pity in Taiwan, because Taiwan actually is quite different. The situation in Taiwan is quite different in the situation of Malaysia or in Indonesia. So in Taiwan, it's more LGBT friendly, and we don't have this kind of criminalized law. Yeah.
I mean, looking at it all, I mean, I was watching the video just before I came on air to get a better understanding of it all. And he was talking about saying, you know, who we have the right to have sex with and to talk with and things like that. And some people, I was reading the comments on some of them, and they were saying, look, you're being really mean to the Malaysian people. So do you think the Malaysian people were discriminated when the band responded to the fact that they couldn't perform anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I know that as an LGBT activist myself, I know that Matty do this just to fight for and to speak for the LGBT community in Malaysia. But actually, I think based on our understanding about LGBT community in Malaysia, I think people's opinion are quite diverse. I mean, some people knows that like Matty is fighting for their rights, but some people are thinking that they are very concerned about this, because Malaysia is about to have their election, and LGBT topic is quite sensitive to them. So they are afraid that it will affect their result, the result of the election. So, and also there are already some like conservative politicians protest against Matty's action publicly. So just in one hand, we know that this ban supports LGBT right, but also I'm not sure about it will have their action will lead to some negative actions to negative result to LGBT communities in Malaysia.
I mean, looking at the grand scheme of things, why did they perform there in the first place if they knew these sort of rules were in place? If they weren't imposed, you know, the day that they went out there to perform, were they?
Yeah, yeah. They know this, so they did this. Yeah.
I mean, can you just shed a bit more light on the public and government's reaction? I mean, you talked about it there in Malaysia. Just give me a bit more detail, I guess, on how they did react, you know, to what he said on stage, his remarks.
Yeah. So the
How
Malaysian,
significant was the backlash?
mm, I mean, the Malaysian government just um, announced that order to um, cancel the concerts immediately, and they have a statement say that because they just like they just insist their stance to fight against any challenges or like marking or against the Malaysian law. Yeah.
Finally, how has the international music community responded to this? Is there an outpour of, you know, support or not? Has there been calls for solidarity, or how have they reacted? Because is this going to dampen Malaysia in the future with people wanting to perform there and actually thinking no, or are people completely not on their side?
I mean, just like a Malaysian LGBT's attitude, I mean, I also see that the responses are very diverse to their actions. So some people support their action, but some people are still thinking that also their action actually, I mean, they just did a very brave thing in Malaysia, but actually, what's suffered, I mean, who will suffer from this? It's Malaysian LGBT community. So maybe it's better to think about that, the action and also the results together. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me here on the program. You've given me a great insight. And of course, if you want to find out more news, you can visit our website at www.goodmorningnews.co.uk. Right, you are watching us here on